Howdy folks, Bluesboy Jag here, 4-string cigar box guitar lesson by request. It's Bad Bad Leroy Brown by the great Jim Croce. This song is really cool and it's really easy. And this is an open G tuning. 4-string, that's an A string tuned down to G. And a D string tuned normal to D. And a G string tuned normal to G. Always tune your G string normal. And a B string tuned normal to B. So it's an A string tuned down to G, a D string tuned normal to D, a G string tuned normal to G, and a B string tuned normal to B. That's an open G tuning for a 4-string. Very common tuning. It's not the only one, but it's very common. So in this case, it works out great because the song is in the key of G. We're going to start out with a simple shuffle. If you've played blues before, you know all about this. If you're a beginner, well, I'll walk you through it. It's no big deal. It's pretty easy. First finger is going to be on the 3rd string, and we're going to be toggling off and on that 3rd string 2nd fret. But first, we're going to do a down, up strum. No fingers at all, just open chord, G chord. If you tap your foot, which you should be, your foot should be right with your hand. So when your hand goes down, your foot goes down. When your hand goes up, your foot goes up. So I'm tapping my foot here, but you can't see it and you can't hear it, so trust me. So that's your shuffle rhythm. Now I'm going to use my 1st finger and I'm going to toggle off and on the 3rd string 2nd fret. Only one strum with my finger down, then I take it off immediately. For some of you who've played blues before, this is pretty simple. You probably have known this for a while. So that's 4 times. It's called bum-ba-dee-da. Bum-ba-dee-da, that's 1. Bum-ba-dee-da, 2. Bum-ba-dee-da, 3. Bum-ba-dee-da, 4. So that's pretty easy. The hardest part is taking your finger off just at the right second. Again, if you have been doing this for a while, you're probably pretty bored. You know what a shuffle is all about. But for the beginners out there, it's a little bit tricky. So that's 4 shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we bar all the way across on the A chord, 2nd fret. And I use my pinky 2 frets up. Now I'm doing this shuffle, but I'm barring all the way across. I'm not using my 3rd finger at all, just my 1st finger barring and my pinky 3 frets up. I'm sorry, 2 frets up. So that's an A chord. Here's your G. Here's your A. 4 times. Now we slide up to the 4th fret, and that's going to be a B chord. And then we go up to the 5th fret, do it again. That's an A chord. And we go all the way up to the 7th, so it's G, A, B, C, D. Then we go to the open G again, real short, and we do the up strum on that D chord one more time. I'll get back to that in a second. So let's go back to the shuffle. Here it is. Bum-ba-dee-da, 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 bum-ba-dee-da. Pinky only. 4th fret, 5th fret, and 7th fret. That's the whole thing. That's the whole song. Everything I just played is repeated for about 3.5 minutes. That's the entire song. One more time. G chord, A chord, using my pinky fret. B, C, D. All right, so let's go back to this part here. We pretty much have this down. hard part is getting up here because it's slightly different. So this is the G, A, B, C, D chord, which is different than the other ones. So we're going to hang here for a minute, bar all the way across. So notice how I strummed up and then we jump back down here to the beginning again. So here we go. One more time. And the trick here is you want to start out slow, like real slow. The entire song. So we did 4 there. It's 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1. So notice how as you go up, they get shorter. It's 4. That's 4. That's 2. The whole thing. I almost messed that one up. Let's try again. B, C chord, D chord, G. Okay, one more time for the last chord there. This is the tricky part. So, the trick here is you're coming back on the up strum. What does that mean, coming back on the up strum? Well, take a look at this. We're starting on the down strum. And I'm going to kind of switch it up a little bit. So we start out here, slower. You don't do it on any other chords except for this one. Real slow. If you listen to the record, you'll pick it up pretty quick. Notice how I have plenty of time to jump back down here because I'm playing an open chord. One more time, real slow for this last one. How about slower, Jag? How about even slower than that? Notice how I come back on the up chord here, on the up strum here. Notice how I come back on the up strum, and I'll show you what I mean. Right there. not, that's the entire song. You keep on repeating that same progression as you go up. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering, Jag, I've tried this a couple of times. How do I slide up to the next chord if I'm still strumming? Well, you just have to figure it out. That's not what the teacher is supposed to say, right? So I'll do it real slow. That's how you do it. Both hands moving at the same time. So this is going to do an up, and here we're jumping over. That's not easy to do when you first start out because you really have to mash your fingers down. As you're sliding, you're changing the chord. One more time. Watch this. I didn't do that one all that great. So you have to slide your finger forward and strum at the same time. So let's start out here on that second fret. We're almost done, I swear. So what we're going to do here is start on the second fret. And the trick is you're mashing these fingers down and you're sliding. So when you move up, you're literally strumming as you're sliding. That's the trick. So when I start this strum, I'm down here, but I instantly slide up. So start out slow and then slowly progress up from there. You're going to feel some pain like I do. I've been doing this for 40-something years and I still feel some pain here when I do that bar for a long time. That's a good, 10 minutes or so? Well, 14 minutes actually, according to my phone, that I'm mashing down and barring. Well, that does get painful, but let me tell you, beginners, it's way more painful. So get used to that and you're just going to have to plow through it and tighten up your muscles right here and your muscles in your thumb and your finger and pretty much, I guess, all your muscles in your hand. Over time, you're going to tighten those up and that pain will sort of go away. It's always there. If you have to hold that chord for a long time, for instance, and play a song where you're just chugga-chugga, then it's a little bit difficult. You have to kind of figure out how to move your third finger over and your first finger over and kind of take the pressure off. But you will get used to it over time. So don't be discouraged and keep on practicing. That's the main thing. You will feel pain. Don't be surprised when you do feel the pain holding that bar chord for a long time. Just plow forward and you're going to feel it right here because that's where I feel it right now. Of course, I've been doing this for 15 minutes now. So even I, who've been playing for 40 whatever years, I still get that pain there. So you got to plow through it and keep on going. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks for your support. And check down lower, there's some links there for tips and so forth. If you appreciate my channel, check out my website, jagshouse.com, Cigar Box Guitars. just like this one, for 20 years.